We are together, and through this, we will survive.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is Marzook here, and today we're going to be looking at the Gamer Edition Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. And we asked the question and attempt to answer, does this mold that these two share deserve to be as hated and as controversial as they have been? Like, does the hate for these figures make sense? Could they have done better? We will find out. It would not be an exaggeration to say that this mold in particular has been a bit decisive. And let's take a look at these figures. So here we got Cliffjumper. That is definitely Cliffjumper with that head sculpt. Here is that pop belly that everyone seems to hate. The hollowness and the backpack, which, I can't hold it against it. It had to be done, from an engineering standpoint. I can't really complain. But yes, he does have a very rotund look, but he looks the part. He still looks good to me. The legs, yes, a lot of people were wishing that the legs would have looked more like that. And I agree. But this still isn't bad. If you want to do it the other way, go ahead. I know a lot of people were doing that when they were first getting their Bumblebee and their Cliffjumper. But as far as everything that's here, the molding, the color, the paint, everything here is exactly what it should be, honestly. Now, Bumblebee, I'm not a fan of this like mustard yellow with a little bit of gold that they threw in there, the color that they're using here. I'm not a fan of it. But, if it's closer to the in-game render, then I can't really complain. Again, all the paint applications are where they should be. Again, same rotund figure as this guy. Beautiful head sculpt. I honestly think one of my favorite Bumblebee head sculpts that we've gotten. But these guys look the part. They're not bad. As far as their modes go, this is not bad. These guys are definitely shorter than the original figures, but they're not bad. If you could get past it being rotund like that doesn't bother you, then hey, you might have a good time with these figures. Great sculpts, great paint applications, tolerances. It feels okay. It's not the best plastic, but it doesn't feel like the cheapest either. They feel solid. Okay, now for articulation on both of these bad boys. They are the same. You know, you can do, you can look to the side like that, look to the side like that. Can't really look up or down. You have these joints for the shoulders. Shoulders can't really go up too far unless you play with the shoulder pads. But even then, that's as far as up you'll get it. 360 at the bicep. So you can turn it full 360 at the bicep. Bend at the elbow. No wrist articulation. No ab crunch. You can turn his waist like that, but it will pop up the chest just a little bit. It will get in the way. But it will do full 360 there. You get 360 at the thighs. Bend at the knee. You get that level of tilt, but that's because of the transformation. And then the toe will go down like that if you wanted to. You can do the Van Damme split. Can kick this far up, but his tummy's in the way. Kick this far back. And that's articulation for both of these guys. Now for weapons, both of these gentlemen come with these cannons. They come with these harpoon looking thingies. They come with these swords, these daggers. Damn camera focus. Comparison of Cliffjumper and Bumblebee in their robot mode. Here they are with the Voyager Optimus Prime and the recently released Sideswipe. So they all look great together. You know, I think that's a major factor in buying these. You know, if you're a completionist, how do they stack up with each other? Do they look good with each other? The answer is yes. The answer is hell yes. Okay, here we have Bumblebee and Cliffjumper in their Cybertronian car modes or race car modes or whatever we're calling these. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, my issue with these alt modes have nothing to do with the alt modes themselves. As you can see, they're pretty compact, they're small, you know, which you would expect Bumblebee and Cliffjumper to be small, as they've always classically been. My problem is with the transformation. Now, at least to me, I don't know if anybody else has this problem with theirs. I love these figures, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I don't like the fact that, at least for me, when I transform these guys, in order for me to complete the transformation and have everything, you know, all the panels clip in, you know, nice and cleanly, on both of these guys, I have to remove this top part of the body. Like, I have to unclip it, you know, transform all of this, and then finish off by clipping in this whole part of the body for it to transform, because the panels will not line up if I attempt to transform it without taking out this part of the body on both of them. I mean, other than that, I have no issues. I mean, they both roll okay. I mean, the design is, you know, whatever you think of it. A lot of people say it looks like a computer mouse, which I could definitely see. You know, you're there clicking away and you're at your desk, you know, doing your office work or whatever. As you can see, look at that gap. Like, for me, I don't like that not everything clips in place, and the fact that like I said, I had to take this panel off, you know, to align everything perfectly to transform it. Other than that, I have no problem with it. But when you start mounting up problems like that, you can start seeing why people really don't like these molds. Okay, so For size comparisons, for Bumblebee and Cliffjumper here we have them with their Optimus Prime. Here's B and Optimus. They look great together, of course. And then, of course, the recently released Sideswipe. And of course, I think they're all, they, I don't know about the game. I don't remember. It's been a while. As far as size, I think they're comparable, because these guys are deluxes. They should be smaller than the Voyager. And then this guy, he is a small guy, but in vehicle mode, he's a bit longer than these two. So, I think the sizing here works. And of course, design wise, they look good together. At least to me, they are. They look great. So, final thoughts. Does this particular mold deserve the hate that it gets? I don't think so. I think some of it is over exaggerated, but I definitely understand the disappointment. I mean, I think as a collector, these are good enough for the display. If you don't mind, the belly sticking out, there's nothing wrong with this. They look good. They're good enough for display. As toys, they're not very good. Like if you want something like a good office toy where you could actually sit there and flip it back and forth, I wouldn't recommend these. These suck to transform. Like I said, I have to like disassemble at least both of mine. I have to disassemble, those backpack panels in order to fully transform them into their vehicle modes. Robot mode, both robot modes are just fine. They're nothing inspiring. Um, are they better than the originals? I don't know. That could be summed up to personal preference. That's up to you. But I perfectly, I think they're perfectly adequate. They're acceptable. They're better than Barricade. They're not as good as Sideswipe. They get blown out of the water by Megatron and Optimus and Starscream. They're like the middle ground. They're just okay. And I think that's where the real problem with the gamer edition stuff lies, is that they're just okay and we want good figures, not just okay figures. But anywho, I'm Marzook. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. Hit that like button and subscribe. Tell a friend. Remember, no matter what time of day or night that you're watching this, smile, because the strongest always smile. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.